For many of the students who learned to fly in the Twin Cities, Brian Addis represents Minnesota aviation. His positive impact on general aviation in Minnesota has been a constant for nearly 50 years. Brian was born on May 28, 1945, and grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota. From the ages of 14 to 17, he worked in a bakery, and by age 16, he was the youngest journeyman baker in Minnesota. Thank goodness for all of us, Brian did not choose to pursue this as his profession. Brian was 16 years old in 1961 when he took his first airplane ride in a Cessna 140 at Flying Cloud Airport. From there, his passion for aviation took hold. Just a few years later, he soloed in a Cessna 172 and received his private pilot certificate in 1965. In 1968, Brian enlisted in the Army Infantry and served in Vietnam in 1968 and 69. Brian purchased Wings Incorporated, a flight school located at downtown St. Paul's Holman Field. For over 40 years at Wings Aviation, Brian was not only an employer but also worked as an instructor and examiner. He made a genuine connection with every student and instructor at his school. Brian Addis started the aviation program at Inver Hills Community College in 1980 and managed it until its closure in 2010. He was the aviation department's primary instructor throughout the program's 30 years. In that capacity, he provided instruction in many courses including private, commercial, instrument, airport planning and management, and air transportation. Brian has also spent time in the large aircraft training environment while being a member of AML, Addis, Middleton, and Levy, a training contract company employing the use of Northwest Airlines simulators to contract customers around the globe. Brian brought corporate experience into the fold as well. He spent many years flying for Hubbard Broadcasting in the Grumman jets. Brian currently works for Wipaire, doing insurance-mandated training and initial ratings. He also set up seaplane training at Madden's resort in Brainerd. He volunteers his time to many aviation groups, including the Young Eagles, Women in Aviation, and Minnesota Aviation Career Education Camp, where he has been a speaker each year for over 25 years. Brian has also worked his entire career with the FAA FAST team, even before there was such a program, conducting safety clinics and seminars, often involving seaplanes. Brian even qualified for the FAA Master Pilot Award for 50 years of accident-free flying. Brian has consistently put others before himself in their interests in aviation, whether it is training, written exams, flight tests, or the pursuit of a college degree. With his multitude of connections in the industry, he has helped place thousands of students in their dream jobs. Brian's passion to take local aviation and push it to the next level is unmatched. We have all only benefited from his decades of selfless contributions and efforts. We are so honored to be inducting Brian Addis into the Minnesota Aviation Hall of Fame.